Yo soy el Dragon 2007 y estamos en la misión no de Arconte ni legendaria, sino misión Interludio 3, en este caso del Trotamundos. Eso, Tilín, ¿verdad, Gaix?
Gané.
Ganó.
Well, if it's facts and
Gané.
logic you're after, you shot yourself in the foot with your choice of research topic, didn't you? The Tatara Suna mystery. When so much remains unexplained, there's little to be objective about.
Ganó
Unless, of
Francia.
course.
Yeah, well, this is my teacher's area of research. I can't change that. But it's I want to write my essay on
Tatarasuna, ¿qué tiene que ver
something
Inazuma?
interesting, and I'm interested in getting to the bottom of all this. That's the only reason I came to you.
Yes, you came to me. So all the more reason to take my advice.
Ganó Francia.
Did one of them just
Francia,
mention Tatara Suna?
ST, París, Mbappé.
That's all the way in Inazuma. Is it just Paimon or is it kind of
Francia.
unusual for someone in Sumeru to want to write a paper about that? Everyone here is just going about the great. Let's go find out what this Tatara Suna
Los misterios de
mystery is all about.
Tatarasuna. Yo no entiendo por qué Paimon está tan emocionada. Si literalmente, o sea, yo no me leí ningún diálogo, pero se supone que la misión de cuentos de Tatara con el Xavier se cuenta la historia de Tatarasuna, ¿no? Bueno, no sé. Como yo no me leí los diálogos de esa misión. La transposición de la Génesis, intermedio, acto 3.
All right, I guess I'll go with my textual criticism and your editorial direction for the first draft. I have a feeling that the missing Kabuki Mono will end up being the main focus of this paper. Ugh, if only we knew where to find that traveler. From what they say about him, this seems like the kind of thing he'd know about.
Oh, you're the traveler, you say?
Hey, what's with that face? Don't believe us?
No, of course I believe you. Actually, I first heard about your great exploits when I was... This is my first time coming face to face with you and your mysterious silver-haired companion. I couldn't believe my luck, and out of force of habit, I started...
So what, for the love of... Sorry, we don't get out. Traveler, I hear you've helped many people a great deal and been...
Actually, we don't know much about that place either.
Ah, I see. My teacher chose this area of research as a personal challenge. He said it's difficult to get into because even Ina's...
If you don't mind, I'd love to show you all my outline for the book I'm...
hold on, Sawada. Don't you think that's a bit...
Well, fair
Ay,
point.
bueno.
In that case, please ease yourselves in gently by
Acaba.
taking a look at...
Let me give you some background. This all started with the discovery of some records in Tatara Suna.
Mikoshi
The writings
Nagamasa.
mentioned someone by the name of Mikoshi Nagamasa, who crafted a fine blade, but in the end, he threw it into a fire to destroy it and killed
Katsuragi.
his servant Katsuragi. Why? Well, apart from the sword maker, his servant, and the one who wrote this all down, the records also mention a kabuki mono. This seems to be an Inazuman word for an eccentric stranger.
Kabuki
Someone who
mono.
dresses funny or acts in...
That's right. Akaba's teacher has spent quite some time researching these events on the ground. This Kabuki Mono lived in Tatara Suna for a while before disappearing without a...
So first this strange person goes missing. Then...
Yes, my thoughts exactly. So I helped out too.
Loco,
I
yo
asked
ya he
everyone...
jugado con el mismo tipo 4 partidos diferentes
This
porque se
part's
sale a cada
important.
rato.
To make it stand out. It
¿Qué estés
just so
jugando?
happens that a friend of mine works at the government
creo que
records
no.
office.
Ah,
And I can now confirm that all the aforementioned individuals did, in fact, live in Inazuma
Literalmente,
over 400
le hago un
years
gol,
ago.
se sale.
hace más de 400 años. Tiene sentido porque el loco fue creado después de la Decaenria. Así que
Even
sí.
back then, Tatara Suna was already at the center of Inazuma's smelting industry. The man in charge
Ay,
was a
bueno.
government official named...
Wait, so there are two missing...
That's right! What's more, Niwa is a name with a lot of history to it.
Oh, the swordsmiths? Yeah, like Ishin art and...
Wow, yes. You really know your stuff. That makes things easier. So basically, this Niwa was a distant relative of the Kaidahara clan, the last practitioners of Ishin art. Something then seems to have happened in the Kaidahara clan, leading to their downfall. I don't know.
Kaidahara clan?
Sawada, you left out the biggest.
Oh, yes, of course. How could I forget? Brace your minds, ladies and gents, for they are about to be blown.
Get to the point.
According to information acquired by Akaba's teacher, the Kabuki Mono was not a human, but a puppet.
A puppet?
Aha! Judging by the looks on your faces.
No! Paimon just meant,
I agree, it does. But considering that non-human races in Inazuma are by no means uncommon...
No quiero leer este libro. La isla de las nubes negras.
Oh, and please read my essay draft as...
Breve análisis sobre un importante acontecimiento histórico que podía haber ocurrido en Tatarasuna.
Sawada was encouraging me to follow his more creative approach, but I think essays should be grounded in fact. Oh, how about if I plug the holes in Sawada's narrative with political intrigue?
wait! You're allowed to just make stuff up? Pretty sure you've gone from essay to guessay there.
Akaba, look. Your teacher has researched this extensively. Besides, if there really was a political power struggle going on at anything...
Good point. Okay, back to the drawing board, I guess.
We have some other stuff to do, so what?
All right, thank you.
Loco, el
Claro.
bebecito Fiu Fiu me dijo de que si tenía alguna misión que hacer
Balladeer, doesn't it?
y ya. Y lo ayudé.
¿Mi cara cuándo?
Then, even if we did know something, after all, we kicked his butt and got him locked up. Information about people like that is usually... If you ask Paimon, Akaba should just pick a different topic. There must be as many essay topics as there...
Mm.
Hey, did you see that? He literally just went by, over there. It looked like...
Ya, épico.
the balladeer! No, it can't
The
be.
balladeer.
It's all locked up. Oh, quick, let's catch up and see.
Sí, vamos a hacer la misión, vamos a hacer la misión interludio de Scaramouche con la Shogun. Totalmente épico. ¿Verdad, Gavix?
Loco, este tipo me cayó bien.
Nada, épico, sí son amigos, gente. Los amigos son amigos para siempre y por siempre, en las buenas y en las malas. Habla con Najida.
Traveler, Paimon, there you are. Nahida, bad news. We just saw... Did he escape or... Ah!
Sure enough, you're here.
Hey! What are you doing in the sanctuary? I know you must have a lot of questions. It was my idea to set the balladeer free. We made a deal, and he's gonna do some investigation in her... A deal?
What did you expect? Why do you think Sumeru would keep me around otherwise?
¿Qué?
Or maybe killing me is all you can think about. But if that's the
Ya voy.
case, why haven't...
Don't flatter yourself. It was...
Ah, so if it were up to
Escucho
you,
todo en el
you'd
directo,
finish the job? Guess I
Ahora ya
had
no
you...
importa.
Well, that escalated quickly. Not a good start. But Paimon's worried about...
It's not every day you see people questioning the God of Wisdom's judgment. Just when you think you've seen it all.
Don't you dare try to drive away! As long as the terms are reasonable, I don't think there's a problem.
Well, I for one have no reason to doubt you. Considering you even struck a deal with the doctor.
Yes, one in which I gained valuable information. The Balladeer's power was all but completely spent after your battle. He's no longer strong enough to be a
Scaramouche
strategic
agotó todo
threat
su
to
poder
us.
ante el enfrentamiento,
That
así que ya no
puts him
supone
in
una
quite a
amenaza.
precarious position.
Ah, O sea,
Ay, que soy malo.
XD, literalmente. Ahora menos poderoso que Tartaglia, ¿no? Si agotó todo su poder. Bueno,
Plus, he's a former harbinger with knowledge of
No,
many
loco,
of
con
the
este tipo
Fatui
andaba haciendo
sensitive
desafío.
secrets. Being stuck here in...
Wait a second. Farmer? You mean he's not a harbinger anymore?
I take no pleasure in saying this, but it seems as if the doctor had no intention of
es
welcoming back the
decir que le han dado la
losers.
patada, po. Lo echaron a patadas de los Fatui.
Sometimes it's you using them, other times it's them using you. Most human
Oh,
relationships are this way. Certainly all the stable ones are. So as long as you have some value to offer, nobody will ever abandon you. But after recent events, even I have to
Vaya que
admit
pena,
that
creo
I'm
que voy a llorar y
not what
todo.
I used to be. Well, if the Fatui are gonna reevaluate my utility, I need to have a backup plan for myself.
As we discussed, I don't like causing harm to living beings, and you said you need protection.
I think these two have made their objection to that idea fairly clear, don't you? And they're your friends, so I guess you'll be siding with them.
Yeah, obviously!
Then let's put that discussion to the side for... Today can be a trial run. Where we go from here will depend on how well...
All right, then I'll do what we agreed.
Good. Go now, and keep in touch.
Nahida, are you...
Yes. I have my reasons for this decision. In fact, yes. As I told you once before, there's in...
Oh, yeah. Actually, that's the...
You may remember me mentioning that the Fatui had not included your twin's details. It's possible that the Fatui have other information that even I don't know about. He was granted the power to connect with Irminsul when he almost became the god of a new era. Even though he no longer has the Gnosis, the amount of information in Irminsul is vast beyond description. Sifting through all of it without knowing what to look for, so I asked the Balladeer to search in Irminsul for any information about the Descenders.
Exactly! Or what if...
I understand. How things will go in the future depends on what information... Our minds have connected several times before. There's as Sumeru's deity, it is my responsibility to be on guard against... If this deal with the Balladeer can give you the answers you've been it's my pleasure, really.
I was still worried about...
I was going to contact you about that, but then you suddenly showed up on your own accord. See, in fact, I was going to ask you to supervise the even though he
XD.
only has a fraction of his full power left. That's still a fraction of a... Of course, I'll be there to help guide you through Irminsul from the outside. Great. Prepare yourselves.
Ah, así de chill. De repente vamos a salir mismo. De chill.
Wow. It looks pretty different here compared to last time. The colors are gentler. Guess that must...
Look at that. Hot on my heels. You know, you didn't have to cut your catch-up short just to keep me company. Oh, but I guess you panicked when you were...
Shut your beak, jailbird! No way a prisoner...
I understand that prisoners have to put up with harassment from the guards. But right now...
Sounds like a successful rendezvous. I need to be quite clear about something. In a few moments, you'll be entered unlike anywhere else. Irminsul's inner region consists exclusively of... I know there are many grievances between you, on both sides. But it is essential...
Fine. Let's call it true.
Let's cut each other a little slack, shall we? We are, per my agreement with Lesser Lord Kusanali, I'll be at the front. It's my job to lead the way and get rid of any
Diego!
obstacles
¿Qué?
in our path.
Me mandó
All you
Soli.
have to do is keep your eyes open and not to fall behind.
XD.
Aceptar.
Confident. I'm
Es
not
que
a
ahora soy
If
amigo
there
de
are
él.
no further objection, or did you need some time to mentally prepare yourselves?
Ugh. The snark on this
948 horas tienen el... Ni
We can start
cagando.
now.
Soul access granted.
Is this a
Una
small
épico.
sapling? Oh, darn it! Come on, let's catch up with him.
Ay.
Anemo, electro, dendro, crío, geo, piro, hidro, anemo.
Tengo amigos.
So this is the inside of
Loco, qué
Irminsul.
buena.
Ooh,
Una épico.
Paimon's never seen anything
Mira,
like
también
this.
juega Fortnite
And
y
it
Modern Warfare.
feels like a
Irminsul is closely intertwined with the entirety of Tavat. Every bit of information, pick your jaws up off the floor. It's time to go.
Why is it that Paimon just wants to do the
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Can you still sense where the heart?
yes. Permission to begin searching for information there?
Permission granted.
Let's go.
Ay, qué buena.
Hey, so... what are you, Sumeru?
I was just imagining the look on your travel companion's face. Anything's possible in here. You can't rule anything out.
Una épico en arbolito.
These sapling things have spread out.
Ah, weón.
Those are all packets of
Está
information
malo.
from inside Irminsul. Be careful not to touch them.
It looks the same in every direction.
Pero ¿por qué el viajero acaba de llamar mundos a Scaramouche si ni siquiera escogió ese nombre?
You mentioned about getting lost. Huh. What do you know? He was actually telling the truth.
Ponle de nombre Javi Reina.
No.
Me again? What is it this time?
Tú le pones de nombre Diego
There's a
y
time and a
yo se
place
lo
to
pongo
lie.
Javier.
No.
This definitely
Va a ser al revés.
Diego, Diego.
Pero si ni siquiera vamos a tirar por él.
Ya lo sé, pero igual.
We're here.
What a huge tree!
Por mí, fachero.
Lesser Lord Kusanali,
Good, we made it.
ready when you are.
Then please begin. Preparing to access cognitive currents.
Preparando acceso a las corrientes cognitivas, estableciendo puntos de conexión.
The Balladeer's actually doing what Nahida tells him.
The rest is up to you. If you discover it,
Will do.
Y sonríe. ¿Para cuándo la misión con
We're the
Dotore?
ones with
Ah,
nothing to do.
nadie quiere ver a Dotore.
would you like to?
Quiero ver a mi mamá.
Yes. I also invited Paimon to join.
Huh? What the?
Mi compa el aire libre.
Inside our heads?
Cámara increíble, pantalla increíble. Y una batería que dura mucho más.
Part of it.
Paimon's never tried this, so Paimon's been wanting to ask you something. Don't you think the Balladeer...
As I've told you
Casi.
before,
Soy muy
there's
toto.
still some mysteries for him to resolve. Perhaps today will be the day that he. Well done. Smart in it.
Chito madre. Bueno. El loco es muy
You
bueno.
made contact with that part of his mind.
Huh. Paimon thought nothing could get under that...
Everyone has a history, Paimon. Even if you're a puppet.
Speaking of puppets, we ran into two people at the Academia today.
If
Pégale,
you
pégale,
mean the
pégale.
mysterious events, the
Really? Because from what they were saying, it sounded like...
Ah,
oh, how interesting.
So the guess they got it...
Well, they guessed right about one thing. Tatara Suna was sabotaged.
Must be a riveting conversation you three are having. Funny how all the good ones happen when you're not involved.
Se dio cuenta, no están pete.
Don't insult me. You're having a private conversation without me. Obviously. Of course you do. You can't have your...
So...
Still looking. Don't get your hopes up, though. You and your twin come from outside this world.
Wait! How did you know about that?
It's not like we've never met before. And anyway, you're world famous. It'd be more surprising if I didn't know a few things about you. Right now, we have to keep the peace. I'm not interested in creating more misery for myself. Huh? Wait.
Épico.
This light. It looks...
Anonymous data.
Hey! Don't you forget the agreement! Shh!
Información
Mr.
anónima.
Niwa, are you certain this is worth the risk? We are talking about Tatara Suna's furnace, after all. It may not pay to act rashly.
There's no one else who can enter the furnace.
Is that so?
It's...
Garracha. Gana 10 partidos seguidos en cualquier modo.
XD.
Lo peor de que todo ha sido porque el tipo se ha salido.
I have been in Tatara Suna for some time now.
Épico.
Great hospitality.
Que de verdad hicieron un modelo del amigo de Scaramouche.
Everyone else. Under your leadership, Tatara Suna
No, el
is
loco
a
tiene una foto
welcoming
de
place. As
Zenitsu.
I
No.
understand, the rising shogun has, in recent years, eliminated much of the evil that plagued
Wow.
Inazuma. The forging industry with crystal marrow as a raw material has since flourished. Give skills, blood, dreams. Every smith brought into this trade looks to find their purpose between steel and blade. That is...
Yes, well, were it not for you coming to Inazuma and happening to make Akame's acquaintance, the two of you never would have joined You allowed Akame to take all the credit for a method that you jointly developed. He sold it to me. Even now, you remain one of Tatara Suna's key consultants, working right here along.
You flatter me. From the outset, I saw much that was commendable in the...
So you say, Escher.
My good sir.
I tried to resist thinking it was all connected, because I didn't want to speculate. What have we gained from adopting your new technology? Ominous black smoke, mounting production problem, and recently, as you well know, someone died because of that strange filth inside the furnace. We've kept the truth from... None of the people who went out to get help have come back. Now, our mutual friend, the Kabuki Mono, is taking the Golden Feather to Narukami Island to seek an audience with Shogun. This is our last hope. But that doesn't faze you, does it, Escher? Nothing does.
I'm just surprised that you finally chose to be...
Mikoshi Nagamasa may have noticed that there was one common denominator among all these events.
After all, Nagamasa is the adopted son of Mikoshi Torichio, the yokai struck down by the Shogun's own hand. If he truly seeks to redeem his family's honor,
You're well informed on the subtleties of his situation for a mechanic all the way from Fontaine.
Pero si tiene un cuchillo.
Sure you're not a little
O sea,
overqualified.
¿qué será?
Why, Mr. Niwa, are you suggesting I find a job as a
Una espada, yo qué sé.
Sadly, I am so very attached to my...
Enough, Escher. I'm here because an evil force is raging inside the furnace. And someone needs to take your new device inside the high-risk zone so we can absorb it and put... I'm in charge here. And I'm about to take some responsibility and head inside.
Judging from the look in your eyes...
Drop the act. We're past that now. Whoever you are, I just want to know what you're still doing here. What's left?
Opa.
Honestly, I'm just waiting for the right moment.
Aún no tenía razón.
A moment like this, where you finish talking.
Ay, la cámara.
You!
Otra salvada.
You're a little smart. I thought I'd disguise myself exceptionally well. At least, It's a long journey from Inazuma to Fontaine, but that didn't stop them. And yet, despite all of that, you still fail to realize
¿Pero quién
my
es este?
true identity.
If you kill me,
Oh, but you're quite wrong. There is one other person. Some may not see him as a person, but you told him yourself. You're not a puppet. You're a human. You're just missing a heart.
Este es Dottore.
¿Cómo? A ver.
Que... Pero si suena igualita a Dottore. O sea, Dottore vivió hace más de 400 años.
whoever you're working for
Abacan.
won't get away with this. They'll be found out.
Sí, bueno, no que el doctor había contratado a Caramel.
This makes no sense.
No que era... No sé, no me acuerdo quién fue.
It's no trouble at all. Patience is a virtue which I have. If you must know, I'm happy to divulge my true identity. I'm a Fatui Harbinger. Call me the Doctor.
Efectivamente es Dottore. Ay.
A ver, captura.
Pues estoy en directo, lo podéis ver después.
Inmediatamente todo.
Ahora, los subtítulos aquí están un poco XD porque en inglés dice que es un Fatui Harbinger, o sea, un heraldo Fatui. Pero como en español nunca se utiliza el término de heraldo y siempre se refieren a ellos como los 11, aquí dice que son los...
Heraldo.
Aquí dice que son los 11. ¿Cachai? Cuando literalmente aquí yo ni siquiera había 11 aún. O sea, error de los subtítulos por siempre decir 11 en vez de los Fatui Harbingers. Pero eso.
The Fatui? Who? What do you want?
Just to create a minor inconvenience for your nation.
O sea, Dottore también puede cambiar su apariencia, tú. Dottore es un sas.
That's it.
Ah,
That's
que me
what you
pullaste.
gave us
No
your
estoy...
cursed technology.
Estoy... ¿Cómo se llama esta cosa?
Just to let
Estoy
loose
asumiendo.
the evil energy from the
Look how even the righteous soul is filled with venom when faced with its demise. My device functions precisely as you say. It is the only chance you have of preventing a catastrophe and keeping the truth from the out. It is easier for a person to be possessed by evil spirits when they are filled with hate. So give it. Make no mistake, even without you, that pure, innocent puppet would only end up being you.
If he has nothing to prove to anyone. Because not every...
What a beautiful way to see the world. It almost makes me feel a little... Think of me as a monster or a demon, if you wish. At least this way your death is not a consequence of your own folly turning you into an easy target. I say, Mr. Niwa, let's see what happens. Will your puppet friend become Mr. Niwa? Already dead. What a pity. Jester, I have completed the task you gave me. Creating a gap and infiltrating Inazuma's inner workings. What fun it was.
Pie roto. Pie roto. Que pie roto, hombre, pero aquí dice pie roto. He completado la misión que me encargaste. O sea, que el Fatui más antiguo y el primero fue Pierrot. Y literalmente, es que literalmente el autor es el segundo por antigüedad y también por poder, por así decirlo. O sea, XD.
I'd like to introduce a puppet to you. If he proves useful.
Si no hubiera pegado el salto, tú.
Dottore?
Pero era obvio de que perro tener primero si era alguien de caen.
Pues si te lo estoy diciendo. Que yo ya sabía
Good.
también.
Good.
Sí.
Was that the doctor?
¡Holazo! Mentira, la va a atajar.
Why did we see
No, no la
When
atacó.
I touched
No,
the
sí la
doctor
atacó.
to confirm whether he'd eliminated all his segments,
Maybe so. But
Does it? But this memory shows that Niwa, you know very well what that means.
Let's give him some space. He looks really mad.
We need to give him some time to process his emotions.
Paimon's still confused about the Tatarasuna incident. So, the doctor was behind it, but why has that gotten him so worked up?
Nobody has ever deceived you like that, Paimon. It's natural that you find it so now you have the complete picture. Katsuragi took the Kabuki Mono to live with the people of Tatarasuna. Later, the doctor it was all a horrific experiment planned by the doctor. Of all the unwitting participants in the doctor's experiment, after the events you just saw in that memory, the doctor put Niwa's heart into the device and handed it to the balladeer. Then, he instructed him to... The load was far beyond what he expected, but the balladeer survived. He left the furnace and sheared the mechanic
Loco, ¿cuándo
answered.
empezaste el directo? Diego, lo
Niwa
podéis ver.
fled this place for fear of punishment.
¿Por qué?
He left you a gift.
Desde que inició el
One
directo
thing
estaba
that
jugando
you've
con
been
este
looking
loco.
for.
Ah,
He
dale.
took it straight
Es
from
muy
the
bueno.
chest of one of his innocent servants. The
El tipo
mechanic
nace con Rocket
removed
League.
the withered heart from the
Pero te lo
device
juro que
as he
nace con
spoke.
Rocket League.
The balladeer was stunned that such unthinkable cruelty had brought him the thing he'd been longing for his entire life. A heart acquired through cold-blooded murder is a cursed thing, but it had protected
30
him
minutos.
from the filth. He thought
30
Niwa had
minutos llevo
completely
jugando con el
betrayed
loco.
him, and yet this very betrayal had ensured his survival. Overwhelmed with anger and sorrow, the balladeer threw the heart to the ground and left Tatarasuna without looking back.
Holy moly. So the doctor killed an innocent man and pinned everything on the victim? That's terrible.
Ah, soy muy tonto.
Sí, porque se vengó. Bueno, el Scaramouche, o sea, muy resentido y todo de querer cobrar venganza contra las 5 escuelas de Scaramouche. Pero se demoró más de 300 años en vengarse, tú.
¿Por qué no?
Only
Literal.
if he understands this can he choose an...
Totori, you brazen-faced... Niwa didn't run from justice. You killed him.
La hizo. El loco muy bueno. Disparo.
Más tarde.
Shall we see how he's doing? Hey, you alright? That's a scary expression.
Are you worried about me? If we didn't have such a history, I'd almost think that qualifies me to be your friend. It won't. I'll keep my end of the deal.
Hey, are you investigating this?
That's why we're here. But unfortunately, there's no information about the Descenders in Irminsul.
Even if you can't find anything, that seems to confirm it. Irminsul does not keep records on the Descenders. Anyone who comes from beyond this world is not counted as part of Teyvat.
Oh, does that mean we have to leave empty-handed?
Don't thank me just yet. You look really upset. Well, since Irminsul was a...
Huh?
The reason why there are records about your sister in Irminsul. It might have something to do with Conria.
Me debe caer escrito de Tomás Emir Sur. Podría tener que ver con Caenria.
She arrived in this world. Plus, she only came to this world because the heavens responded to the summoning.
The heavens responded?
Los cerros respondieron a su
The Jester
llamada.
told me this himself. You can take his word on this. He was a royal mage in Conria, and lived with your sister for a time. I don't know the details. It's up to you whether you want to believe me. Did you get all
ahí
that,
recibí.
Lesser Lord Kus?
Yes. As astonishing.
Does this info count towards my mission? It wasn't from Irminsul.
Very valuable.
Good. In that case, I'll take some time for myself now. Lesser Lord Kusanali was right. My power's all but completely spent. I shared a secret with you, and now you owe me. So in return, I'd like you to give me your hand.
Dame la mano, ¿cómo? Se me declara escaramuch.
¿Cómo?
Can you hear my voice inside your head? No, I can't do anything like that anymore. So tell me, in this world, is it possible to change the past?
¿Es posible cambiar el pasado en este mundo? ¿Cómo? Ah, ya sé.
¿Cómo que pasó?
Done.
Huh? What the? What?
Nothing.
¿Qué pasó? ¿Qué
I
pasó?
was just thanking him for helping me.
Escaramuch le preguntó al viajero si se podía cambiar el pasado en este mundo.
¿Y a qué se refiere con lo que ya sabes? ¿Qué sabes, Diego?
¿No se referirá a lo de la reina Roca de Bata?
¿De qué?
Que literalmente supuestamente cambiamos el pasado entre comillas y ya nadie recuerda a Roca de Bata, como que eso nunca hubiera pasado. Entonces él quiere hacer lo mismo.
So long. I suggest you get yourselves out of here quickly.
Ah, bueno, tenía razón.
Where are you going?
O sea, ya algo me lo confirmó.
Didn't you say not to go running off?
Fast reaction time. But I don't think we'll be seeing each other again. From this day forth, the names Balladeer and Kabuk, those who died in Tatarasuna because of me, deserve a no.
Hey, Balladeer!
You know, I never did like insects. Hordes of the puny thing, but if a colony of harmless ants isn't threatening anyone, I guess they deserve to be left alone.
Balladeer! Uh-oh, he disappeared. Oh no. Oh, Nahida!
Traveler, Paimon, Balladeer. What
It was the Balladeer's fault.
I didn't think he'd be capable of something like that with so little power left. Did he keep some of his power hidden when he was defeated?
Where the heck did he go?
Don't be. It's not your fault. We're running out of time.
You feel reborn. Ay. Oh no, cringe.
Ah, mi compa, el freestyler.
We're out! And we're at...
This is
Estoy
an
en mi
emergency.
casa.
I'll have to ask you to stay here for now. Everything's arranged, and nobody will. I'm sorry, but
An emergency? How bad it...
don't worry. If my assessment is correct, though there may be some minor
Her voice has gone. Paimon can't shake the feeling that something really big has... He wants
Bueno,
to
pues
change
mientras
the
que
past?
voy a esperar al tipo porque tiene que ir a hacer algo, voy
Surely
a
that's
cargar mi
impossible.
control de forma
Right! You can't just rewrite history. It's like,
Ahí.
imagine Paimon drank all the water in this inn. Even,
Ahí.
so, why
No.
does Paimon...
Ahí.
Paimon's so Huh? Ah! Sorry. Paimon accidentally... But erasing yourself from history? It's unthinkable. Is that really possible in Irminsul?
Bueno, ahora tengo que volver.
Uh-oh.
Ahora sí.
Paimon's had it with that little brat. There's no way he'll actually succeed, right? Other... There's nothing we can do about it at this point. Hey, have you got any ideas? Seems like now there's nothing left for us to do but to go to sleep. But Paimon's still so... How about... Alright, Paimon will start. First dish. Munchkin and Dragon chili chicken! Almond toast... Oh! Also, Adeptus Temptation, golden shrimp...
Ay, no creo.
Bueno, Paimon se pasó toda la noche mencionando sus comidas favoritas. Ahora se durmió, al final. Épico.
What do we...
¿Dónde estamos? ¿Qué está haciendo Paimon? XP.
Paimon was...
¿Qué?
talking?
Paimon cree que recordaba que estaban hablando. ¿Pero de qué estaban hablando? Vuelvo al
What
tiro.
she was talking about. What was it again?
Hola.
Hola.
Aquí ya vino su información. Ahora, espérate, ¿cagó mi diálogo de la Shogun sobre Scaramouche? ¿Puede ser que haya cagado?
¿Por qué?
Porque Paimon ya no recuerda a Scaramouche.
Que no lo recuerda. ¿Por qué no lo recuerda?
Is
Nada.
that a food too?
¿Por qué no lo recuerda?
Cállate, que estoy haciendo la misión.
¿Pero por qué no lo recuerda?
Mungus. Pam pam. Tun 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 tun. Tututun. Pam pam.
What's wrong? Your eyes are like saucers. Was it something Paimon... So, the balladeer.
No.
Okay,
Pero
sure.
que
Oh,
Where
sí.
are we going?
tenemos que volver a Inazuma, sí, porque quedó la cagada en Inazuma. Este buen se borró de la puta historia.
Everything okay? You're acting like this is...
No. No, bebecito Fiu Fiu se murió. A
No.
ver, igual lo tengo de amigos, así que...
Sobre... Me cago. ¡Ah! Sí, sobre Kunikusushi ya no está. Y... Bueno. Sobre Kunikusushi ya no está. Esto se va a descontrolar, literalmente. Facts. Ah, pero Tartagra también tenía sobre Scaramouche.
Sí. baladista, ¿no era?
La misma lecera. Sí, escaramucho es el baladista. Y ya de Miko también. Pero de Najida también tiene también. Es que Tartaga no lo soy a nivel 4 entonces no puedo verlo.
Pero eres tonto.
No, lo tengo a nivel 3 casi a 4. Bueno, a la mitad de 3. Eh, a ver, Najida. Sobre si no. Pero aún bueno. La Shogun no, pero. Najida sí. Espérate, pero igual puedo ver si tiene diálogo o no, porque me aparece con candado. A ver. Charla Fatui. Sobre Songli, Barca, el bufón, capitán, doctor, damisela, sota, gallo, títere, gatero, se ignora y no tiene descaramucho. Es regatero. Qué buen nombre.
Reggaetonero.
La sota.
Ya
La.
acá tengo un opening de caja, ciego.
Ok, la sota.
Regalo dorado. Oh, me
La
puede dar algo de mercado negro. Si me da algo de mercado negro, Diego, te lo juro que me rapo. Pero primero voy a abrir lo raro.
Of course. Go ahead.
Ay, muy raro que me tocó.
Oh.
FX Space.
Now there's a
Bueno,
question. The once renowned
ya, regalo
Raiden
dorado.
Gokuden.
Amenoma, Futsu, Ishin, Hyakume y Senju.
Amenoma, Futs, the art of
No,
forging
me dio muy
practiced by
raro.
these 5 clans
Qué
was first
porquería
taught to them
más grande.
personally by the most of the great swordsmith clans of old have since, but fortunately,
Vender esto, vender
Kaede
esto.
Harakaza
Para algo
recently returned to Inazuma. If my memory serves me right,
Oh, yeah!
Oye, me invitaron a un grupo.
The decline of the Raiden Gokuden
El
then,
bebecito Fiu
too.
Fiu. ¿Me uno?
that, in fact, this was not made
Diego.
known to me for most of my
Que me
life.
invitaron a un grupo.
All these years,
Ha llegado demasiado lejos.
as we are both heirs to a branch of the Raiden, there is no harm in telling
Ya,
you
dale.
the Raiden Gokuden were
Pero
the
me uno al
targets of a
grupo.
murderous rampage.
No sé si tú quieres.
Vengeful?
400 years ago, so I'm told, there was a catastrophic malfunction in Tatarasuna's furnace. Tatarasuna was
Hola.
home to a state-of-the-art forging and smelting operation in that day. And overseeing it was the armory officer. His surname was Niwa. Knowing that they had
Sí,
just
pero
one chance to save countless
cuando-
lives, Mr. Niwa and the swordsmith's
Con-
death, though heroic, dealt a devastating blow to his family's fortunes.
Amigo.
In his heart, the whole of Inazuma was culpable in his tragedy. Powerless and destitute,
La...
the only legacy he had to pass on to it. Alas, if only the story could have ended there. But 100 years ago, finally, he made a drastic decision to take revenge on the Raiden Gokuden. In his fury, he murdered indiscriminately, killing even bladesmiths from the Hyakume. But when he came to the Kaedehara and Kamisato
bueno.
clans, his killing spree came to an abrupt end. He failed to catch them That is why the Kaedehara clan and their Ishin are.
Pero bueno, la liada, como dirán los
I
españoles.
suppose they were the lucky ones.
¿Qué se hizo este hombre? O sea, esta marioneta que ni siquiera es un ser vivo, tú. Técnicamente, o sea, sí, pero no.
Was there anything else you wanted to
Te
ask?
invito y le invitas.
Kazuha?
Seres.
Why, yes. Just yes.
Te invita al grupo.
No.
My pleasure.
Don't tell Paimon. There are other places you want to visit. On to the next stop!
Bueno, siempre es un placer volver a Inazuma. Dirígete a la comisión Yashiro.
Oh, qué bueno. Uy.
You feel reborn.
Uno. Le voy a pedir el G.
Hijo de la minita.
No sé G.
Minita.
We're here!
It's been a while. If you're looking for the commissioner and Miss Kamisato, I'm
Y si vos
afraid
me
Are they
invitas,
out on business?
the
le invito.
commissioner is
No,
out on
nunca,
business,
No.
and Miss
No.
Kamisato is standing in for some meetings in the commissioner's.
What do you think?
no puedo.
Shall we go in?
If it were anyone else, I couldn't allow it. But seeing as you're so close with the commissioner and Miss.
We'll be heading in then.
Hello, dears. Is that... Of course, traveler. What would you like to know? Oh, they're both very well indeed. Lately, as for the commissioner himself, well, you...
So pretty much business is...
Very much...
Y Ayaka sigue siendo la dama de la casa. XD.
Well, got any more questions?
You're very welcome. In fact, Miss Kamisato talks about you all the time.
Se llama Lucas,
Must
peludo.
say,
No.
things in Inazuma seem to have... whenever the commissioner dines at home, Toma always joins. The commissioner has such a busy schedule that he doesn't... They say it's because Toma is a much better chef
¿Cuál era el
than
eje?
most. They
Hoy se me
get to
olvidó.
talking about you sometimes too, you know. Miss
Ya,
Kamisato
bueno, le va a tocar
occasionally
el menú, así
joins
que chao, me
them
voy.
as well. It's been many years now since the late Mr. and Mrs. Kamisato passed away. As someone who is old and gray enough to have watched, so in the future, if you ever do have the time, please know you are always wonderful.
Paimon likes it here too! Also, Paimon's itching to try it. We may just have to invite ourselves around for
Of course.
Alright, goodbye for now! We're, great! Goodbye, ma'am! Don't worry, we'll see-
All right then.
Oh, are you two leaving already?
Yep, everything's taken-
Very well. Safe.
A ver, ¿qué pasó en Tatarazuna? Espérate, ¿voy a escuchar la voz de Xavier por primera vez en Genshin?
Well, here we are. But, what are we
Opa,
looking
opa, opa,
for?
opa, opa, opa,
Something? Or
Que voy a escuchar
someone?
por primera vez la voz de Xavier, o como se diga.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is that the traveler in Paimon?
Xavier? What are you doing here?
I was in the general area, and now I'm in this specific area. There, that's me. So what about you two?
¡Tu épico!
We have some questions and thought you might be able to help.
Certainly do. I've researched the furnace here and some... If there's anything you want to know, just ask away. Like the back of my hand. Make no mistake, I have been here a good many times before. Not only that, but I've met people in Inazuma whose families used to live in Tatarasuna. Oh, well, it's a long story. I'm told that its history is one of the most foremost forging and smelting operations in the nation. Goes back around 1,000 years. Still, the furnace has had a couple of serious maintenance issues along the way.
A couple?
One was just in the last few years, the other was several hundred years ago. A fun fact, I'm not the first Fontaine tech guy. They say he was a mechanic who consulted on a technology upgrade.
Hey, weren't you gonna ask Xavier something about the tart?
Oh, I didn't realize you two...
Me neither. Paimon doesn't know what's gotten into...
What brought this on? Did you just wake up today with a sudden... Sure, go ahead. A kabuki mono? No, I can't say that I have. I do know the word, Inazuman, for those eccentric types who always go. But sadly, I've never had the pleasure, nor have I come across. Of course! Don't mention.
Oh, we're leaving?
Oh, you're most welcome. Farewell.
Looks like you got all the information you're looking for. Sure, but keep your smile, Spinal Crocodile. No matter what happens, Paimon will... Hey, don't mind... Alright.
Pero que ni la Shogun se acuerda que lo creó. El primer santuario Surashtana. ¿Surashtana?
Hey, it's them!
Akaba, Sawada, you're still here?
Indeed we are. If you have a
We have time. What's
the same topic we discussed last...
Still looking for more info about Tatara Suna, huh?
Unfortunately, we haven't made any real progress. Huh? Oh!
I presume you'll want to read mine as well.
Well, what do you think?
Hey, remember how last time Akaba was saying how he wished he could gather more information about all this?
What did you find out?
It's a long story. Basically...
Wow, so many new details.
Well, well. So it all comes down to one man's desire for revenge. Ugh. So there's...
This new information actually lends further credence to my hypothesis. Evidently...
Yes, okay. Point taken. You were right.
And they're back at it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Look at us.
You're welcome. See...
Keep us in the loop if you find out anything else.
Will do.
Ala con Najida, el acto final del Kabukimono.
Nahida, we're here!
Traveler, Paimon.
Ugh, where to start? Paimon hasn't had a moment's rest this whole time. That night...
Y le cuenta así por la cara. Estuve investigando el asunto de Escaramucha.
The balladeer? You look troubled. Traveler?
Hey, what's wrong?
Ordena los pequeños indicios y pistas que han logrado comer con paso del tiempo y les cuentas toda la historia. Hubo una época en la que existía alguien llamado Escaramucho, una manita de arconte eléctrico que andaba por el mundo de los mortales. Tras vivir una serie de trágicos sucesos en Tarazón, Escaramucho pensó que la habían traicionado por tercera vez. Fue entonces cuando abandonó una suma de vago errante por el mundo. Desconfiado de humanos y dando la soledad a los dioses, continuó eliminando su...
That's quite a... So, this puppet known as the Balladeer... What? How? As the Traveler said, he very nearly became Sumeru's deity. Admittedly, I
No
remember...
había nadie dentro de la marioneta cuando la derrotamos. ¿En qué sentido tiene derrotar a una máquina sin... así... de chill?
It does make sense. If someone...
So, you believe this person really existed? And
Yes. Theoretically speaking, the Traveler comes from a world beyond to that. That's why there's no information about him in Ermin's. So if there's anyone in the world capable of retaining memories from a past that...
Paimon's having a hard time understanding this.
I can only make inferences based on the information we've been given. Something else worrying you? Something that you can't share? It couldn't change the fate of the ones who had died, right? Once the Balladeer realized he hadn't been betrayed after all, it must have he couldn't keep hating humans after that. And if he thought there was a chance, the story makes sense. The Balladeer tried to achieve godhood with the Doctor's help. He was unsuccessful. That power then enabled him to change what was recorded in Ermin's...
Yeah, it does make sense. It just feels so hopeless. He gave...
Please wait a moment. Found it. This should be...
Debe de... Lo encontré. Debe de ser este.
Turns out that I have a... What is it? A record from a personal collection. You should take a look.
¿Qué?
Is this a fairy tale?
I authored this record.
Huh?
When combined with the Traveler's narrative, it's clear that this story is an allegory. Everything in it
Pero...
is a symbol for something else.
¿Qué es esta cosa entonces? Un extracto de Inminsur que no se afecta por el Inminsur principal. ¿Pero qué?
Hold on. So this record's...
Yes. Any information about the Balladeer or the Kabuki Mono and other records will have been changed. But I wrote this story in a way that means it was left intact.
Ya. Bacán.
Changing the information in Erminsul, but Erminsul can't change information that was well hidden in advance.
That's incredible!
And sending the Traveler into Erminsul with the Balladeer must have been a first. This story is abstract enough that it still resonates with the present. But if we connect all the different pieces together, the true story that emerged... There was once a lone monster draped in fox fur. The monster found a family of foxes, joined them, and they became friends. The monster lived with the family, day and once in a while. The monster would take off its fox fur at night, and lament to itself as it gazed at its reflection. But the monster soon found solace when another came to live among the foxes who was not their kin. A kitten. Carved, the kitten too wished to become a fox, but its tail was too slender, and it could not grow a coat of richly colored fur.
Ah, ahora tiene
He spoke words
sentido.
of comfort to the kitten. Even without a tail and
Tú,
fur like
es una
ours,
genia, ¿eh?
you are still one of us.
O sea, el cuento no se modifica. O quizá lo escribió literalmente, pero como lo aseguró, Erin Minsul. O sea, si lo escribió así, ya, se mantuvo porque en el momento menciona escaramucha y por ende no se puede modificar porque técnicamente podría hablar de cualquiera. Pero si lo escribió sobre escaramucha, literalmente mencionándolo a él, la historia cambió, pero en sí su contenido sigue siendo el mismo, solo cambiaron los personajes. Inteligente.
Furious at this happy resolution, the monster lit a fire on the mountain. A gray fox stood up and addressed the monster. The monster smiled, led the fox toward the fire, and the monster gave a heart of water to the kitten, telling him, "The foxes have decided." The fire was extinguished, but the kitten lived. It left that side of the mountain and found a little... The two promised they would spend their whole lives together, but the little bird did not have long left to live. It passed away. Never again would it cherish a single creature, nor a single blade of grass that stood on that mountain. How it wished to swallow the moon and devour the moonlight. I will become the new moon, the answer to everything. Then, no one will...
We solved it!
I remember now. This is not just the balladeer story. It is his very own memories. I made a backup so that to become a god, he was experimented on and modified countless times. This memory was extracted from him by the scholars. Creating a deity was just the first step. Some of them wanted... I buried it deep inside one of my own dreams, and then hid it inside an allegorical story.
¡Soy un genio!
¿Qué?
Soy un genio es que estoy adivinando cosas. Estoy adivinando cosas de la trama que literalmente me da cuenta en la misma historia. O sea, soy un genio.
No, yo soy un genio. Resulta de que mi hermano va y te fondo.
Aprovecha el bug. Ser como.
The balladeer agreed to help me look for information about the descent before he vanished. He confirmed an important detail. We still don't know how the change to Ermin Soul will affect the senior ranks of the Fatui.
Mi cara cubando.
But in all likelihood,
A ver, ¿de qué lo invité?
they won't even remember their own harbinger.
It sounds like Paimon wouldn't like this guy a whole lot if he was still around.
This is why wisdom alone cannot answer all our questions. So the answer is not everything. People yearn to... When you give someone the truth, you give them a chance to others looking on. This may seem like a pointless
Ahora sí, se borró toda la información de él. Pero ¿dónde está él físicamente? O se eliminó, o se inmoló del universo, ¿o qué?
Never forget that even when we walk beneath dark clouds along a road, and that is what you...
Yeah, Mihira's right. Cheer up.
Good idea. Paimon.
You got it. Come on, traveler. You need to get a... Let's go get a snack from one of the stalls in the Grand Bazaar. That'll be sure to lift our spirits. It must be really tough being the only one who remembers all that. But Paimon's always here to help cheer you up.
Sé que soy un genio, tú. Ahora, ¿te podéis creer que creo que me falta otra mitad de la misión?
Ah, bacán.
Porque es que ni siquiera he visto el nuevo diseño del loco este, ¿cachai?
Ya me voy a unir al grupo del Alex.
Dale, traicionero. Ah, bueno, ni siquiera me escucha, me alcanza a escuchar. The point is...
We're here! What should we eat first? Hey, are you gonna answer or what?
¿Qué puedo haber olvidado? ¿Qué pasó con él, no? O sea, como había adivinado qué pasó con él.
Alright, whatever you want. Well, Paimon will be right here when you figured stuff out. What is it? Have you...
¡Ah, cierto! Porque si no se hubiera eliminado ella misma, pero hubiera creado una paradoja. Entonces, ¿cuál era la respuesta a esa paradoja?
Why'd you jump up?
Excuse me, boss. There seems to be a small problem with the last bill. Look.
Perdóneme, jefe, po.
Hey! Hey, wait!
Hmm? You mean me?
No, not you. That kid! Didn't you see? Little rascal. Look, if you're gonna help out here, you can't keep spacing out, okay?
I wasn't paying close enough attention. I think you're right. Maybe it's the city.
Who's that guy? You know him or something? He's who?
You're a strange one, kiddo. You say you don't want any money for helping out here, and then when I don't want to take advantage, so I'm happy to pay you what I pay anyone else. But if you keep acting like this,
Dale, voy.
soon I won't.
No, please. I mean it. You don't need to pay me anything. I'm just so thankful you agreed to take on an outsider like me.
you're welcome, I guess. But I got bigger things to worry about. Look, we're all out of Sunsetias. And I promised the lady down the street I'd deliver a fruit.
Leave it to me. I'll find some.
Stop. I'm gonna level with you, kiddo. I've never met a worker who said they didn't want a wage before. And at first, I got greedy. Couldn't believe my luck. But I figured you don't want money. You don't take days off. And in your free time, all I see you...
That's right, I am. We can talk more about that later. First, let me get those...
Hey, what do we do now? Okay, stay out of... Race you!
Yeah, this'll do.
Even though you say he's the balladeer, what are we planning on doing? Oh, all right.
This should be enough. Guess I should wash them before I take them back. Huh? You two over there. Is there something I can help you with?
He spotted us!
You've been following me all the way from the city. I'd have to be blind not to notice. Have we met before? No, we haven't met. But you know, I have no recollection. Sorry, but I just can't take your word for it.
A puppet?
Huh?
You were right!
I guess you do know me after all. That is not something I share with a lot of people. Look, I'm just a wanderer. But seeing as you've gone through all this trouble to track me down, okay. But please let me deliver these...
Are you really working for that guy? He said you don't want any more?
Yes, I ran into him out in the wilderness during a storm. And he let me take shelter in his...
That's oddly nice of you.
Let me take these back. Then I'll come with you.
Then let's return to the city.
O sea, hay ciertas cosas que se recuerda, pero a nosotros no. Pero suponiendo que Paimon es una descendida o qué.
Here you go, boss. I'll leave it...
Oh, you really went and picked some more. Who are these two?
Something's come up, and they need to borrow me.
Sorry,
boss.
¿Estas
I'm afraid I'll be
señoritas?
away from the stall for a while.
I was just about to pay you anyway.
What?
I get it, okay? You just wanted to help me out, to thank me for... But look, it was pouring down, and there you were, sauntering along without a care in the world. Like, imagine you were me for a second. It's a little weird, right? But anyway, taking you in didn't put me out even slightly. You don't owe me a thing for it.
But I don't... No. Then I suppose this is where we say goodbye.
Don't mention it, kiddo. I've run into all kinds of characters.
Thank you. All right, done.
Pues para él lo despedido se lo tomó bastante bien.
Don't worry.
what's wrong? Huh? Are you?
Hello. I do apologize for the sudden intrusion.
We found this guy in the street, but he doesn't seem to remember anything. So, yeah, quite an eventful walk.
You say that you are trekking across Teyvat to train yourself. Many other Inazumans who describe themselves in this way call themselves Shugenja. Why did...
Well, it seems more relevant in my case. To me, it sounds like a plant would... But these two claim that they know me. And that I
wouldn't call it the past, but I don't like to rely on using terms like this often.
Oh, like a past...
Yes. Something far more
Okay. I have to ask. What was I like in my previous incarnation? Oh, hope you want to tell me, but you can't bring yourselves to say it. Looks like I didn't have the most wonderful existence in my... If it's that difficult to talk about, I have no doubt, but I'll be able to handle it. Please.
Is truth something you can't...
Yes.
Then I'll be straight with you. In your previous incarnation, you did many things that would be considered evil. You nearly died because of what other people did. And many died because of you. As a non-human, you drifted from place to place, never able to settle, even where you found status and identity. Actions rooted in persistence sometimes bear bitter fruit.
I gave everything I had. But...
In terms of the outcome alone...
I don't think I can judge everything I've heard purely into... Each choice a person makes belongs to a specific place and time. A chain...
That is the nature of truth. If one thing is right, its opposite must be wrong. And...
It seems like my previous incarnation wasn't...
We're not trying to hurt your feelings or anything, but...
If we were enemies, why are you...
This is so frustrating! This guy's supposed to be our arch enemy, but now he's just some random stranger we met on the street! He's got so much to answer for, but we can't make him talk because he doesn't remember it!
Lesser Lord Kusanali, as the god of wisdom, I trust that everything you told me must be true.
Yes, it's all true. I can even show you the memories themselves, if you're willing.
O sea, que está bacán esto de borrar la información del Inmensul, pero es que técnicamente el loco este no se, digamos, lo evangelizó, no se redimió, sino que básicamente tomó la salida fácil, literalmente.
Please, I want to see them for myself.
Even though it will cause your presence...
I'm just a puppet. With no heart and no name.
Very well.
Wait, shouldn't we go with him? This one...
Don't worry. Whatever danger I might face...
Traveler, could I ask you to supervise him on my behalf?
Oh, good point. Given your,
Understood.
Thank you.
Entonces, ¿qué recuerda este? O sea, sabe que es una marioneta. Sabe que no tiene corazón porque se lo arrancó. O sea, no se lo arrancó, pero... ¿Me entienden? O sea, sí, pero... Bueno, por punto... Es que... ¿Se acuerda que era Shogun? Lo creo.
This looks like Inazuma.
Right now, you're in a dream I created using These memories will show you the raw truth. But be aware that enemies...
Sounds like an immersive experience.
You don't need to do this for me. I don't...
We never give up halfway. Well, we had to once, but...
Alright. Thanks.
Wanderer,
No.
This is the Shake Pavilion. In your Balladeer incarnation, this is where the Electro Archon placed you after your creation.
Is that because this is kind of like his birthplace?
You could say.
This place is huge. I can't believe the landslide didn't fill it in. I wonder who built... No, there's no way. Look at this exquisite construction work, and so well preserved. There's someone passed out on the ground. Who are you? You're awake. What happened? Not a...
This man is Katsuragi, deputy to Torichio's adopted son, Mikoshi Nag...
And the rest is history. Well,
in the original version of events, Katsuragi was ultimately killed by Nagamasa.
Let me get you out of here. Our people are near...
During the Tatarasuna incident, Niwa was murdered by the doctor, disguised as a mechanic. The Balladeer, as the second in command at Tatarasuna, but Katsuragi had sworn lifelong loyalty to Nagamasa after the latter had once saved his life.
Katsuragi seems like he was a good guy.
He looks like a warrior, but he has a kind face. Why couldn't he live a long and happy life? Nagamasa, I found this young guy in a cave sealed off by a landslide. He doesn't remember his name.
Well, we need to call you something. I hear the workers are calling you the Kabuki Mono.
That's fine with me.
Katsuragi, report to Niwa. Tell him we have someone new joining us.
What are we doing back here?
Whoa, this is where you were born?
I was abandoned, like you. I lived here for a while at first.
Okay. I heard my mom and dad used to make swords, but the factory manager, he kept coughing all the time, just like me.
But you can't.
Yup, we're family now.
This child didn't have a name. Or rather, the after his mother died, the child stayed in their straw hut alone. After leaving Tatarasuna, the Balladeer ran into this child who didn't have a name, just like him.
What happened to the child?
He died from his illness while he was still very young. The Balladeer came home one day and found...
Hey! What's wrong? Say something! You promised me we could be family! You're no different from Niwa and all the others. You betrayed me too. The voices have gone.
Let's keep going.
You do realize you're blocking my path.
I come not to obstruct you. I've been waiting.
El bufón, épico.
What you are truly is a weapon. One that could be wielded with an iron will. Or you could drift
Are you trying to win me over?
The long-fated rebellion has begun. Why not take your place at the banquet and join those who shall feast?
Grain cutter, know my sword. Let's light it up.
My work finished.
Eso fue cuando lo reclutaron a los Fatui.
This place is dark.
In the original version of events,
Such a creepy atmosphere. Hey, look over there.
Well, well, my fair lady. Is this rundown factory and these incompetent fools all for me? Wow. You you shouldn't have.
Huh. What do you have to gain from belittling your subordinates? Perhaps you find fighting in the abyss to be a more meaningful use of your time? Oh, but of course, even this pales in comparison to being experimented on by...
What a sharp tongue you have. Funny how negotiating never seems to be your strong suit. For the task ahead, I suggest you keep your true feelings to yourself.
Save your breath. I know what I have to do.
I'm sure you think so, but I still think you need to hear it. Don't start thinking you're invincible.
Surely you're not worried about me.
I just can't have you getting in my way. You and Child never failed to find ways to complicate things.
I'm merely lighting a little fire in this chaotic nation. But you, do you remember the last time you were here? That was a lot of swordsmiths you killed. I'm sure the descendants of the Raiden Gokaden are still... Look at you. Oh, don't get so sentimental. Now, bye then. See you at the victory feast.
Poor little tongue? Forget it. Someone might find me here any minute now. I should prepare to give them a warm...
The plot does not end here. There is more.
Yes.
Why are you staring at me in silence? Can't you think of a nicer way to express yourself?
I'm under no obligation to be nice to you. Besides, I thought nothing mattered to you except results in your own interests. Isn't that right? Witch?
Muddle-headed puppet. You're only number 6 because you can take more abuse than other humans. Do you really count that as an asset?
You're about as much fun to be around as a raging inferno. But before we murder each other, it'd be best if we finish our duties.
Looks like we've arrived in Sumeru.
Considering that Amorta's sage, Nafis, refused to join this project, I'll take part in the experiment in his place.
Welcome. I look forward to...
When do we start?
You seem impatient. You should know that becoming...
The biological transformation is a lengthy process. As such, I too would recommend that we commence as soon as possible. In the event that...
Nothing worse than what I've been through before then, Doctor.
You were the most resilient test subject I ever came across. Thanks to you, I was able to guard... Alas, after that, you were under orders to remain in the abyss. We barely saw each other, and it became difficult to further refine the knowledge I had gained.
That was gracefully worded. Ever wonder what they'd think if they knew that nothing...
I suggest you speak to me in a more respectful tone, Scaramouche. The mere fact of your utility does not make you indestructible.
The doctor again?
That person gives off a very sinister energy.
It's normal for him to give you the creeps. He scares...
Let's move on.
eyes? Are there any...
Do you think there are any differences between your present self and your previous and future incarnations? If not, whoever has tasted the joys and sorrows of life in the human realm is human. Whoever has loved and lost, cried...
I've seen enough of my past. If possible, no matter the consequences, I won't run from blame or punishment. Can you return my memories to me?
Bueno, ahora...
But won't that...
I've always believed that human lives follow a set of rules. As a puppet living in a human world, my life...
Regaining your memories means reverting completely to your previous incarnation. Are you sure you want to...
I've lived with the void in my chest my whole life. My creator didn't need me. And but then I met you. And I finally realized that... I've always felt I have an innate tendency to yearn for something more, in a way that goes deeper than for most people. But for all my soul-searching as a Shugenja, I've never fully understood. So I beg you, grant me this opportunity to...
Very well. Since your mind is made up... You have made your decision. Now, take this.
Set him free.
A puppet? What's he doing here? You're a human as far as I'm concerned.
Everyone's here. Wonderful.
What a fine blade. Nakamasa will be thrilled. This is... my...
Is he alright?
Nah, we got out to the taking.
All worthless dross will be purged. That's why this won't be the end.
Ahí conecto con su pasado, con su futuro, supongo. Épico. Y volví a hacer el mismo. Ah, yo solo.
This is trying my patience. Insignificant past.
Menos mal que no hay fase 2.
Imbecile! Get out of my sight. What did you expect? I'd never lose to that.
There's the tone of voice again. You're definitely... Wait, but it was you inside that thing too!
Sorry. I'm harsh on myself and everyone else. Just the way I am. You sound like you're concerned about me. But don't worry. Thanks to you, even if I didn't change a thing...
The memory recovery seems to have been a success.
Come on. Let's continue this outside.
Y mi cofre con protogemas me estafaron.
Welcome back, traveler. Paimon, Balladeer.
It feels like we just went on a really long journey.
You don't like being...
It's fine. But I was just thinking. After learning about everything the doctor did, there's no way I can carry on using the name Connect. I'm not planning on returning to the Fatui. And they wouldn't take me back anyway. Recent events will have affected a lot of people.
So, you're quitting the Fatui for good?
It's like you said, Lesser Lord Kusanali. Everything may look futile.
But that doesn't mean your own past has disappeared.
Of course.
And your main goal, for which you gave up everything you had, you weren't able to achieve it. I hope changing the world, what you were looking for, is complete annihilation. But this is just a fantasy. Even if the Balladeer is removed from existence, the world will not...
Indeed.
Do you regret doing all that when you...
Even if I'm completely worthless, there's nothing in the world... Lesser Lord Kusanali, you purposely left that information in Irminsul, didn't you?
Yes. And I took pains to make sure that you'd acquire...
Why would you go to such lengths?
In all honesty, your past experiences have made you a useful asset to Sumeru and to me. Winning you over was... But before that, I wanted to tell you the truth about your past. If all I wanted to do was use you, then I'd be no different from the doctor.
Very clever.
I guess you could say that's one of my virtues.
Utility to others is what gives me worth. So if embracing my sins is what it takes to make me useful again, so be it. Oh right, I almost forgot. Sorry if I have a slightly different perspective on things, but I don't feel like I've been duped. The wisest leaders are fake.
I'm glad you're able to think, Traveler. In the future, I'll continue to including the beginning of your twins' journey recorded in Irminsul. What exactly happened before, and I will try.
Traveler. After I dove into the information torrents in Irminsul, why did you go to Inazuma? So that's how you found out whose fate had changed. Well, whatever your reasons, you did me a favor. And I'll do everything I can to pay it back. Borrowing and returning are the only real relationships between individuals.
That's not true. A relationship between two people is not simply a ledger that can... I think deep down you realize this. People who show up in your life don't just evaporate like water drops and leave nothing. Some things in this world can never be brought back. Everything that you feel is real and to be human is to live with imperfections.
But humans can't live without a heart, can they?
You understand what pain is perfectly well, even without a heart. You're just bearing your feeling. The past is set in stone, but you can keep moving on. And the longer your future lasts...
Sounds like you've got a future planned out for me.
Everything's ended up being pretty darn complicated. Paimon doesn't even...
Y este random que se va. Ah, no.
Then I guess I'll be helping you from behind the scenes from now on.
I'm glad that you've accepted our proposal.
Why?
Because...
Then I hope we don't see much.
A name is life's first gift. You didn't say it out loud. The Traveler and Paimon have helped you a lot. If you can't decide on a new...
No! Paimon only does nicknames! If it's a serious name you're after...
Have you gotten...
A ver. Kuni.
Are you sure? Okay.
Así que me acepta el nombre Kuni.
Have you gotten...
A ver, es que no puedo poner Kuniko Sushi. Y... Ay, quiero matar. Quiero gravitos. Me quiero cortar la pinga. Ya, Kuni. Ahora vamos a buscar un traductor. A ver si yo que sé que en un idioma que resulta que decir Kuni es como, yo que sé, un insulto, algo así, tipo, oye Kuni. A ver. Bueno. Básicamente, Kuni, que no, que bueno, Kuniku. Ahora voy a dejar Kuni, aunque sea me tan checo, pero bueno. Kuni. Que no me gusta tampoco Kuni. A ver. Kuni. A ver.
Are you sure? Okay.
Kuniku Su Kuniku Sushi.
okay?
Kunikusu. Kunikusushi. Kuniku. Kunikusushi. Kunikusu. Se me olvida el nombre. Ah, pero que está en portugués, romanito.
Are you sure?
A ver, que se me olvidó cómo se escribía Kunikusushi. Ah, con Z en vez de S. Ah, está bien.
Oh, alright.
There. Now you have it.
What about a nickname? Are you done yet? Take your time. I don't need to see you again until you've thought of one. Everyone who manipulated me and made me...
You mean the Fatu?
The doctor, at least.
Now that your stance has changed, I believe your future path will change accordingly.
One more thing. There are still some descendants of the Raiden Gokuden living in Inazuma. Some of them know. Well, they ought to know about the connection. I don't plan to leave Sumeru for the time being. If you see them in Inazuma, even though the events have been erased from the world...
I see. Huh? But...
It's fine. Let them stab their blades into my chest if they so desire. Alright. Goodbye, wise deity. And you too.
He's gone. What he went through today would have been like living an entire lifetime in an instant. Yeah, true. But even so, after everything, so we can finally go eat? Thank you both.
Electro, dendro, crío, geo, piro, hidro, anemo, electro, dendro, crío, geo, piro, hidro, anemo, electro, dendro, crío, geo.
I've got it! I can end my novel.
You mean because...
Yeah! I heard that Mikoshi Nagamasa died at a ripe old age. The dark clouds had dissipated, but they continued. Then, one night, as an old man, he had a dream. On the night when all these expressions of joy melted down. Life is a story too...
Épico mi caseta en Sumeru.
The mortal plane. A fleeting dream.
It's about time we had a break. As soon as don't you stop. All the tiredness and hunger comes rushing back. Wow! Huh? Look at that vape. Did someone break it while they were cleaning the room or something? Like...
XD. Terror del jarrón. Percar mucho por resistencia a cambiar el curso de la historia. ¿Por qué es el jarrón roto? Porque se borra la información, no el pasado. ¿Qué?
I know why you are troubled. Any who knew of this would find their mind overwhelmed.
Huh? Is there someone here talking to us?
Unfortunately, the fate of Tevat cannot easily be changed. Perhaps a god may have a slim chance, but for anyone else, who can say? When a small animal runs into a tree trunk, though the tree may sway, it is not displaced. The same is true of fate. Like a vase that falls to the ground, whether it is broken by a cat or by a bird, the result is still a broken vase, is it not?
Who are you?
History does not change easily, but human hearts can. Believe your own eyes. Only that which you see is true. What is unseen is but an illusion.
The voices disappeared. And who the heck was that? And what were the... Anyway, that face feels wrong just leaving it there.
La posición de la Génesis, intermedio, acto 3, completado. Bueno, la misión no dar conte, pero sí misión estuvo bastante bien, por no decir excelente. Eso lo dejo como mi conclusión. Y esto un pincel capaz de conceder un nuevo nombre a esta persona es que su hija nombre podrá volver a cambiarse. Pero o sea, antes yo tuviera eso pensando que no se podía cambiar. ¿Para qué me lo das otra vez ahora? Tipo, no, que te equivocaste. Pero solo te damos una oportunidad para no equivocarte. Bueno, no tengo necesidad de cambiar su nombre, así que se lo dejaré así. No sé cuándo vaya a tirar por él. Lo único que voy a comprobar es si... No, aquí dice otro mundos. Bueno, hasta aquí el directo de hoy. Nos veremos en la siguiente expansión del desierto, la misión del Alhacén, o quién sabe. Pero el punto es que probablemente nos volvamos a ver muy pronto. Así que